Hey, welcome. It's the Friday, October the 14th, 2022 edition of Abel Marketing's Facebook Live. And as you can see already, I am small here. And I have a guest with me. This is Jason Ross from Radiant Freedom. I know many of you saw the Facebook event, clicked on the like and live that you were going to have a check out of the Facebook Live that we're doing today. And so I am featuring Jason Ross, the founder of Radiant Freedom. We'll go through and have some questions for Jason. And I will start dropping some information here in the comments and the chat on the Facebook Live. And I'll drop the website. So before we get started. And Jason, how are you?
Doing pretty good. It's great to be on here. Thank you for inviting me on.
Not a problem. So just so that everybody knows a little bit of background here about how Jason and I met. We met through the Barter First program, and I did feature Amber Noakes from Barter First back in the spring. People could check it out on the Abel Marketing YouTube channel. And so I will pull that up as I introduce Jason. And so basically, Jason and I met through the Barter First program. Jason and I did a Barter First project together. It's turned into some other projects, working together, myself as Abel Marketing, providing copywriting and content writing services. And we have a couple of projects on the go right now with two of Jason's clients. And first of all, what I want to do, Jason, as people are tuning in and watching, is just, why don't you give us a little bit of an intro about yourself and why you started your business?
Yeah, sure thing. So, first, my name is Jason Ross. I'm the owner and founder of Radiant Freedom Digital Marketing. And I started my business back in 2014 after still finishing my last couple of semesters of college at Douglas College.
Okay.
And part of the reason why I founded my business is at the time I was going through this bit of a strange labor market where I was looking for entry-level positions in a career change. Mm-hmm. And all the entry-level positions were demanding minimum 2+ years of experience to enter the workforce. So
right.
Kind of created a bit of a barrier to entry for me, going from sales to technology.
Mm-hmm.
So I eventually ended up just deciding, enough of this mess, I'll just create my own business then and create my own job.
Right.
And so in 2014, June, Radiant Freedom was formed.
Nice. Okay. And so I guess that goes into the next question about what your background is in SEO and web design. Is that what you were studying at college or in university, or were you doing something else?
I actually went to college twice. First time around, I studied business management.
Right.
And got a co-op diploma in that from Langara College. I spent the next couple of years working sales for another creative design company that's now one of my competitors.
I see.
I left that actually during that 2008 crash the following May.
Right.
Mainly because my entire client base, because I was on straight commission, were
Mm-hmm.
all the companies that were going out of business at the time. So obviously if they're closing their business, they're not buying any marketing services. So, and I had a passion even back into my high school years of
mm-hmm.
really getting into computer technology a lot more in depth. So I went back, studied computer science again at Langara, and then finished up with some upgrading classes for a couple of years at Douglas College.
Okay. So one of the things that we have talked about, or one of the things I've done with guests in the past, Jason, is when they get started working with a new client, like how do they find you? And then how does the process start if you're reaching out to you to get started with SEO and web design services?
Well, the initial start of it is usually some form of outreach, whether it's appearing on shows like this, going to live events pre-COVID, and post-COVID, it's been mostly meeting people on sites like LinkedIn, Alignable, which are more the professional business-to-business focused social media sites.
Right.
And from there, the first step is I typically will offer what I call a website conversion report, complimentary, where I'll then look over the website, figure out what are the main key issues with the website that's preventing it from converting, I have 5 key things I look at with that. First 4 are general to all marketing, just how they apply specifically to websites. And then the 5th thing is the best practices of a good website design and how well it's currently implemented. Then I give them my recommendations. The next step is we usually then have a more of a discovery meeting to figure out what specific things they'd like to implement, what we can fit within their budget. Then I create and then from there I create an itemized quote of all the different independent parts of the project we identified.
Right.
And then work out what'll fit of those will fit within their budget so we can prioritize everything. And then the final step is typically a more detailed proposal where I fully outline the project, the quote as we agreed to earlier, and then from there it's signing and beginning the project.
Nice. Okay. I've got some, like we said at the top, I have some questions to ask, but one of the things I think that's really critical is looking at or indicators or finding out if the client's a fit for you. What do you think the biggest things are indicating the client's a fit? I mean, everybody wants to get more views or more customers or more business, but what do you think is really key for you? Because I can think of the example with the Easy Cozy folks where you're developing the Easy Cozy Wellness website, and then we're doing this SEO project where I'm writing blog posts for them and sharing it on my social media. What do you think it is that really stands out for you that it indicates the client's a good fit?
Well, there's a number of things. The first is that there has to be compatible personalities. If there's going to be a personality clash, that's obviously a problem with us working together long term.
Right.
The other thing I look at is, is their business something that's aligned with, my personal code of ethics and conduct.
Right.
So there are certain types of industries that I would never take a project with because they just do not align with my ethics and would consider it unethical to be working with them. Then there are certain types of industries like Easy Cozy Wellness, who are in the natural health industry, that I find perfectly aligned with my ethics and love helping those businesses really succeed because, what they're doing is genuinely out to help their customers, be healthier and live a better life.
Right.
So by helping them, I'm helping their customers.
Right.
And magnifying the benefits of, the work I do.
Right. Yeah, I think that's really critical. I mean, I found that different people I've worked with over the years, and if you don't align with people like that, it's just not. It's not going to work. Probably found out some of them the hard way. So let's get on to some fun and exciting stuff. I sent you the list of questions. One of them was, what was the most exciting project you've done to date? But I want to give you the opportunity a little bit to talk about that, because that's how we met. That's why I put that in as our last, pre-sent question, because you wanted to talk about and feature the project you got coming up, and you have something on November the 4th. So I'm going to, save this whole video and put it on the Abel Marketing YouTube channel. I'll send you the link and try and share and promote the seminar. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about the thing on November the 4th? Because I think that's really a critical and a really important part of why you're here this morning. And, it's a crucial project for a lot of small businesses, whether they realize they should be doing it or not.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I can do is, if it's all right with you, I can post the link to the registration page.
You sure can. You should be able to. Can you drop it into the chat there? Or you can private send it to me.
Yeah, I'm not getting access to.
Okay, no problem. What we'll do.
So I'll email it to you, and then you can drop it in.
Yeah, or you could private, see if this works.
There we go,
yeah. I don't have a private chat. Sometimes with Restream, you can't always share your screen, but I want to make sure. Perfect, thank you. So this is a really good project, folks, and just so everybody knows, this is how Jason and I met. We worked together on this. I did the landing page for this, from invisible to market leader. I've got a chance to meet with Jason's clients to talk a little bit about working with Jason, helping me write the copy. We talked a little bit earlier about ethics. and how Jason aligns with people, and all of Jason's customers speak very highly of him. I know from my time working with him, I feel the same. And so that's the link to the SEO to market leader. And I'm going to be doing some sharing over this in the next couple of weeks on the Abel Marketing Facebook page. One, to promote myself and my writing services, but also to promote Jason's program. And really, invisibility to market leader, I think that's true with a lot of businesses, right, Jason? They're like, oh, I got to do marketing, I got to spend money and time on SEO. And then if they're not doing something like Jason's program, they're not going to get there. Exactly. One of the things too, I was going to say, that you and I have talked about, we both know this, but you said it takes time. And I know when we talked about, and I've shared the latest Easy Cozy post that I wrote that Jason put up last week, was you talked about how crucial the time piece was. Because I don't think I know in my own experience working with companies and my own marketing and definitely working with clients, is people don't always have the patience, right? They don't realize, and I think that's what you said. Again, it's great where it aligns, right? Is the time that it takes. It doesn't just happen overnight. I mean, we've got the blog post project for Easy Cozy for a year, and how many have we done now? Like 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, I think you said 6 months, didn't you?
Yeah, minimum 6 months before you can even start expecting to see a result. Depending on, it really depends on how competitive the industry you're in is, as to how long it's going to take, and whether there's some niche searches that you could target and start ranking for first, that although they don't have the big massive amount of traffic that the others would have, that doesn't do you much good if you rank on the 100th page and none of that traffic's ever going to see you anyways. And no amount of work you do is ever going to get you above that, because everything above that is all dominated by Fortune 500 companies that can always just afford to outspend everything you do.
Yeah. I know. I know this is going to be a great program for you, and I know that I'll be promoting it to people. I could probably even use it myself.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the big motivators behind creating this program is there's really 2 main categories of businesses that I find the decision makers tend to end up giving up on SEO from. One is the people that just don't know enough about it, so they just don't understand it, so they don't want to even bother trying it and seeing how it works, or they give up too soon. And the second are people that are just a little bit shy on money to be able to afford even my entry-level program, which would be what I call the basic plan SEO. And so I think it's something that's so frustrating for me to have people saying no because they just can't quite afford it. Because I know, because I've had personal experience with having so many chances to get coaching or other support programs that I really wanted to get, but they're always either a little bit too way above my budget, or just no hope of ever being able to get that in order to get myself up another notch to where I could then afford the higher level of support.
And let's go in depth in a little bit of the program, because I know the guts, because I wrote the content in the copy, and then you and I reviewed it together and we talked about it and had meetings. Obviously, we don't share that information, or we had meetings behind the scenes that would have nothing to do with the end client. But give me a bit more info on it, because we have a landing page, people sign up, and then I wrote the email sequences and a bunch of content. But give us if you want to, or give us a tease, like give us some of the juice, because you want to, get people to sign up, but what are they going to get out of it? Because I've talked to your clients and the people that have worked with you, but we're trying to help you woo some new people, right?
Yeah, for sure. So I would say the main thing that you're going to get out of it is, one, you're going to understand what the basic steps are to implement SEO on your own website.
Yeah.
And the second major thing you're going to get out of it is understanding of just how much work goes into implementing SEO. Even at the most basic of plans, there's a lot of work that I'm having to do. There's a lot of work that writers like you, Ben, are having to do in order to make the SEO happen.
Yeah, exactly.
But oftentimes the client doesn't really understand the amount of work that's going into it until, you know, they actually get this education. Second thing you get are basic skills, so that if you're in one of those ones that's in that category of, I would love to do SEO, but I can't even afford the basic plan because my business just doesn't have the budget for that yet, then you do have the option then of budgeting as much time as you have towards implementing your SEO in-house. And at least have the basic skills to get something going that'll help you to start getting something from your website that can translate into enough of an increase in business that you can then make the leap after, say, a year of working with me on that, make the leap to then getting full done for you so that you can, you know, get, you know, accelerated results, spend more of your time working on your business and doing the work that you love doing, and less of it doing the work that I love doing.
Right. And we should talk about a little bit of how promote my writing too, how we tied in Easy Cozy, and how, because me writing the blog post, how does that help in doing the program? Because those blog posts are part of starting an SEO program, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So you've definitely been one of the better guests we've had. Thank you for everything. I have a lot of time and opportunity now between now and the 4th to promote this for you and for us, and get you the video link of this. You can share it on the Radio Freedom social media channels and things like that. And I can honestly say that doing the research to write the content and talking to your clients, their level of satisfaction with you and with a program like this is really high. But it just takes time and patience, right? 6 months is April of next year. But, you know, when we had that discussion about Easy Cozy and the kind of views they were getting and numbers, and then he talked about the slowdown they had last winter, maybe in part because of COVID, and then working with you and SEO, and then not having a winter slowdown anymore, actually getting more clients and more business, which is what everybody.
They were actually having winter slowdowns every year prior to starting working with me.
No, I really want to talk about that, and I really want to emphasize that on the live for you, because just because we've been working with you, right? And just when you hear a story like that, and I know you have the numbers, we wouldn't share the numbers here. If someone was working with you, you'd share them with them internally for their own business. But when you hear a testimonial like that, that's just proof of how much it actually works.
Yeah.
Right.
The ultimate proof is last spring they actually had to pause their SEO program for 6 weeks because they're getting so much business. Their existing staff couldn't keep up anymore, and they had to hire more massage therapists to actually deliver the service to new customers. So that's kind of the ultimate one. There is when they're reversing their problem from not enough clients to too many clients.
Yeah, and that gets into a whole other discussion. You and I've talked about it privately. Just when you start a project like this, because of the Abel marketing, what I do with content writing plus marketing strategy, how you can manage all those different workflows, right? So you can keep going. But what we're going to do is wrap it up here. It's 20 after 10. Thanks, Jason. I'll be sharing all this information on the Abel Marketing YouTube channel. And you'll see this. You've seen the Facebook Live, but this is, it's been a hugely valuable session, and I'll make sure you get it all to Jason so you can share it with clients and use it for testimonial purposes at whatever else you need to use. And we will be back again next week for another Facebook Live. Talk to everyone soon.
Thank you for having me on, and it's been a pleasure, being your guest.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. That was great, and we could probably sit here for another 10 minutes. Promoting all the good stuff that comes out of an SEO program, especially your stuff, because like I said, when I hear stories like that and people are getting those kind of results, it's working.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Take care, everyone. Thanks. Talk to you soon.